Well,
what is good, family? Welcome back,
doing, guys.
It's a Thursday. It's time for some spooky shit. We like spooky shit. B taught me what cryptids were,
And we're hooked.
We've been going into cryptids for Conspiracy Closet. So welcome in.
Cue the door sound.
Cue the door sound.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good
My
one.
throat got. It was not good.
Mine was a little bit better. So this whole cryptid thing has caused me to go through the ones that aren't well known. Then I said, "Fuck it, let's just look at some Colorado-based cryptids." We got some weird ones, y'all. So, have you ever heard of what a slide rock bolter
I've
is?
never heard of slide rock bolter until you said that you were going to do it earlier.
I'm going to show you an image. This is what we'll cue the image first. Look at that guy. What would you do?
If I saw that come over a mountain,
Yeah. There's a catch for these guys. It's a little weird setup. The slide rock bolter, it has a Latin name, but I'm not going to try it, so it's not
we'll put it up here as something so
It's
one
a
of y'all can tell us what it is.
bizarre creature recounted by lumberjacks of North America during the 19th and 20th centuries. Believed to have lived in the mountains of Colorado, but only on mountains where the slope is at an angle greater than 45 degrees.
Okay.
It has an immense head, small eyes, and a large mouth, which is similar to a sculpin. I'm not sure what a sculpin is. I would imagine. I think it's a whale. If I'm wrong, cut that out.
On that, yeah.
Its tail ends in a fluke like a dolphin with enormous grab hooks. The slide rock bolter is said to have caused great uneasiness amongst tourists visiting the mountains of Colorado. This fearsome animal uses the grab hooks on its divided tail to latch onto the crest of a mountain ridge. It will often remain motionless for days, watching the gulch below for tourists or any other hapless creatures. Once it spots its prey, it will lift its tail to release its hold on the crest, and gravity takes that fat bitch down.
Oh, fuck.
And the crazy thing is, it'll drool while it's going down to grease it. Yeah, to get some speed on the
That's
bitch.
why it's kind of like a snail.
Something like that, but a massive, massive snail. Bolter scoops its victims into its mouth and slides down. The accumulated speed will carry the bolter up the next slope, where it will once again grasp the ridge with its tail and weight. The motherfucker just waits.
So we just gotta be sitting out
just
here
rides
waiting,
with
he
you.
just does a half pipe.
Yeah, he just does Tony Hawk's guest appearance.
That's fucking
I'm gonna do a 180
wild.
here.
Oh, double ramp. Coming back.
And instead of it being Tony Hawk's where you gotta like revert,
Okay, so what we...
it's just catching a person extends his combo, you know? You just
times 3, times 4. $1,000,000 score. God damn, dude, that's wild. So, like, we just gotta go hunt for a 45-degree mountain. Greater than 45-degree mountain.
What are the, like, what are
I'll
we
dodge
doing?
it. What is it? You really think it's gonna come down that far? I'll hear that shit coming.
I would have thought we
That's
could have
gotta
dodged
be
it.
huge, though.
Yeah, but then
That
the
mouth
moment
has to be
I heard
like-
it drooling, I was like, "There's no dodging that. It's speed. Speed is next
it's
level.
Flying. I'm sure it's going like 100, 200 miles per hour.
And it's 200 pounds, 300 pounds.
Dude, just imagine like the rock slide and the trees and like all the shit. Cause like, bro, we've been hiking before in some sketchy shit, and like just the slide off that comes off is
Whole
terrifying.
parties of tourists are reported to have been gulped down at once.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
And then anybody else that doesn't get eaten.
How terrifying would it be to just see a monster fucking slug-looking fish, dolphin-type motherfucker coming and eating you?
Out of the cryptids, this has got to be one of the more whimsical ones.
The
I think we're all
last
going to
thing-
laugh at a fat-ass whale sliding down a mountain to eat you.
On
Now
its
that
own
being said,
spit.
it's terrifying. It's terrifying. You see that happen? You're fucked.
So this is
You're
the thing,
fucked.
you just got to take a protractor wherever you go and measure the angle of your
man.
mountains.
Or like laser. Like we got laser levels now.
Protractors will never go out on you.
Well, you're not going to protract the fucking 700-foot mountain.
Yeah, I am.
You're a different man.
I know. That's what I've been telling you. That's wild.
The animal is a menace not only to tourists, but to forests as well. Many spruce-covered slopes have been rendered wastelands as the bolter knocks trees down. A ranger whose district included the rough county between Ophir Peaks and the Lizard Head, I'll have to confirm if that's real, conceived the bold idea of deceiving a slide rock bolter to slide to its own destruction. A dummy tourist was outfitted with a plaid Norfolk jacket. I don't really need to know what he was dressed in.
No, we do.
Dummy was filled with powder and fulminate caps. Creature attacked, resulting explosion flattened half the buildings in Rico, which were never rebuilt. An enormous fish, depicted as an enormous fish weighing 25,000 pounds, with fins, a hooked caudal fin, and 3 chitinous razor sharp toothed gizzards.
So how's a fish surviving outside of water?
It's just like fish-like, I think. I don't think it's a fish, but it's like fish-like.
That's terrifying.
Dude, all of this is terrifying. Slide rock bolter is an apex predator, and despite its destructive habits, its behavior is also used to scare away other predators haunting Colorado. Spider wolves, overwolves.
So fuck the wolves, man.
Frenchmen, and a renegade hodag.
So like French people?
It says.
So it doesn't like French people? If you're from France, stay away from the mountains, bro. You might get eaten.
Yeah, that thing is it looks like a big ass eel, like a eel or like a angler fish, you know, one of the bottom dwellers, just hanging out on the side of a mountain, waiting for you to just take a nice hike with your dog.
Like by the look of that, it looks like a rock formation. Like you almost wouldn't be able to see it. Like it camouflages itself. It almost looks like.
And it just drops down on you.
And then it looks like it might be like a rock slide you would get scared of, and then all of a sudden you're eating.
Says, "Hey, I'm gonna get skate on you." Not to spoil the other one I did, but the other ones that I found that are like Colorado cryptids are Bigfoot, which has been covered by everybody, their mom and their mom.
Bigfoot's real.
And then I think it had skinwalkers, which I just refuse to acknowledge. You know, I'm not gonna.
I'm scared of skinwalkers.
Yeah, I'm not scared of most of these cryptids. If I saw a slide rock bolter coming, laughing.
I think skinwalkers are the one thing, like on this whole list, are the one thing that I believe in most. Like I know that they are real. Like I've seen too many fucking videos to know that they are real.
they're
Skinwalkers are terrifying. If you don't know, look. We might do a video, but fuck, dude, that might attract.
But until then, we're gonna hit some of these whimsical ones because
it's fun.
God, there are a dozen cryptids for every fucking letter, and it's awesome.
It is awesome,
different regions, different fucking beliefs and lores, and it's fucking fascinating.
Cool. I got 2 of them just in the bees. I have the Beast of Busco, which I'll cue the same picture.
I like the alliteration. God damn.
Big ass fucking turtle. Terrifying fucking turtle.
Now, as someone who's caught snapping turtles,
that's a big turtle.
That's a big ass turtle.
So the Beast of Busco is a subject of legend in Churubusco, Indiana, about an enormous snapping turtle which citizens claim to have been seen in 1949. Despite a month-long hunt that briefly gained national attention, the Beast of Busco was never found. Also known as Oscar. They named him Oscar. From the first discoverer, originally started in 1898, where a farmer named Oscar Folk supposedly saw a giant turtle living in a 7-acre lake on his farm near Churubusco. Told others about it, but eventually he decided not to do shit about it. Then in 1948, 2 Churubusco citizens, Ora Blue and Charlie Wilson, also reported seeing a huge alligator snapping turtle weighing about 500 pounds while fishing at that same lake, which became known as Folk Lake. 500-pound snapping turtle. A farmer named Gail Harris owned the land at the time. Harris and others had reported seeing the creature. Word spread and many expeditions were held trying to get the beast to come out of the lake, including draining the lake and motorboating around the lake, trying to stir it around. Some say it's just been hibernating and waiting food to come. Some say the beast never existed, and some say it was just Oscar's way of making the town feel alive.
You're a fan of Godzilla?
I am.
That's a Godzilla monster.
That's a Godzilla monster, dude.
That's a kaiju.
So, and today, they still honor Oscar. They have a festival each June at the lake.
You have to go check that out.
It includes a parade, carnival, turtle races, and then they have a huge turtle shell that hangs above a restaurant, or Oscar shell. That's the restaurant name, which I think is really fucking cool. And then they have a small statue in the center of the fucking town.
The Beast of
So
Busco.
they really came upon it and started to go into it. I could see it, but 500-pound fucking snapping turtle.
Oh, I bet you that was the norm back in the Disney.
Probably, honestly.
500 pounds, man.
Because I talk about this shit too, because animals were way bigger back.
Well, so I'm under the belief,
1900s.
I'm under the belief that not all animals were bigger. Insects were bigger because their air, their oxygen. They get oxygen and use oxygen a different way than most living things. So insects way bigger. Cockroaches, the walking sticks, the centipedes, millipedes. That shit was giant, but I'm not under. I don't necessarily know if everything was that.
I think everything was.
I don't know.
That'll be for another conspiracy corner, because the oxygen levels way back were way higher now, and there's no buttes, there's no fucking dwellings. It's fucking trees that got cut down. But yeah, that's the Beast of Busco. Nothing really too solidifying on it. There's a bunch of people that claim to have seen it, but it's just a giant fucking snapping
A
turtle.
little whimsical, you know?
500-pound
big
snapping
ass
turtle in Indiana.
God damn. I still did try to keep it a little Colorado based for my second one. But I guess the legend of the Tommyknockers expands to most places with mines. So it's a super California heavy place too. But credit to legendsofamerica.com for this next reading. But Tommyknockers of the Western Mines are impish gnome-like men, and they're the Cornish equivalent of Irish leprechauns and English brownies. Germans called them burgers. Never mind. Tried to. Not gonna do it.
It's not gonna happen.
Meaning mountain ghosts are little miners. The Cornish believed these wee little men were the souls of the Jews who crucified Christ and were sent by the Romans to work as slaves in the tin mines. This belief was so strong that the Tommyknockers were allegedly never heard on Saturdays, nor at the times of Jewish festivals. That seems just a little too coincidental.
That's kind of a coincidence.
They're about 2 feet tall and often described as greenish in color.
2 feet tall and green. They're goblins.
They are Tommyknockers.
They are Tommyknockers.
They look like what the fuck? They look like men and are most often spied wearing a traditional miner's outfit. Living beneath the ground, they've been known to have committed both good and bad deeds throughout the centuries, often playing practical jokes and committing random acts of mischief, such as stealing unattended tools and food. Tommyknockers were first heard of in the United States when Cornish miners worked in western Pennsylvania in the 1820s. When the California Gold Rush began, these experienced Cornish miners were welcomed and often sought after by the mine owners. Attempting to recruit more miners, managers often approached these immigrants asking if they had relatives back in England who might want to come work the mines. Cornish miners would often reply like this: "Well, my cousin Jack over in Cornwall." Soon these many immigrant miners took on a nickname, Cousin Jacks, who formed the core of America's early Western mining workforce. As such, the superstition of the Tommyknocker thrived and spread throughout the mines of the West. The name knockers comes from the knocking on the mine walls that often happens just before cave-ins. Caused by the creaking of earth and timbers, some thought these sounds of hammering were malevolent, indicating certain death or injury. Others saw their knocking as well-meaning, warning the miners that a life-threatening collapse was imminent. Yet, others believed that the knocking sounds would lead them to a rich ore body and or signs of good luck. So these motherfuckers pick your poison, right?
Like, you hear a knock, you might die, you might get a warning.
The legend of Tommyknockers evolved into the idea that the knockings were caused by dead miners who were kind enough to give warning to the danger, kind enough to give warnings of danger to the living. In praise of these good, kind gestures, the miners would leave food and other items to secure their good graces and protection. Yeah, just a little, again, going whimsical with my little Colorado ones, because if not,
shit, they'll come and blow up a mine.
Or
they'll warn you that the mine's gonna blow up.
Yeah, or they're just like, get out.
What if they did it though?
I don't like that reading because it gives you the lore of the Tommyknocker and then says, hey, but it was just the creaking mountains and timbers in the mountain that was knocking.
Yeah, but that's just an explanation. Nobody knows.
I know that was the for sure.
Was it just the creaking? Was it timbers?
I would assume.
It makes sense.
It's a house. It's like a house, right? A house doesn't settle. I don't know if I can say a house is like a mountain.
I feel like hearing creaking and shit.
But I can't say a house is like a mountain, right?
No,
a mountain's pounds.
It's so huge. It is rock solid. Like that is literally Earth. Like, all right, Bat Squatch.
Bat Squatch.
So Bat Squatch is a flying cryptid that allegedly was seen near St. Helens, Mount St. Helens, in the 1800s. It resembles.
Oh damn! It's a legend one.
Yeah,
it's an oldie.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's in the 1980s.
You say, oh, okay. It's the last sighting.
So it was allegedly seen near Mount St. Helens in the 1980s. It resembles a flying primate similar to the Ahul and the orange.
That's the one we did. Was the Ahul
and the orange Bati. So a witness allegedly took several pictures of the creature. However, they have never been analyzed, and so they can't be confirmed. The creature is said to have yellow eyes, a dog-like muzzle, blue fur, sharp teeth, bird-like feet, and leathery bat-like wings that can span up to 50 feet.
Fucking A.
In
That's
addition,
badass.
Bat Squatch is said to be 9 feet tall and
Good
has
God.
the ability to affect car engines. So it can shut down your car engine.
Just screech at your car and shut it down?
Shut it down.
Ah!
Yes. So in April 1994, Brian Canfield was driving in Washington's Pierce County when his truck suddenly died. Canfield said a large creature landed in front of him. He said it was a human-like, 9 foot tall, with bat-like wings, and also sported a coat of blue fur. Ever since then, it has not been seen, and skeptics dismissed the hoax. Until 2009, where a alleged sighting has been called in Mount Shasta in California. Which Mount Shasta is fucking
Shasta's
crazy.
weird. That'll probably be another.
That's its own episode.
That'll probably be its own episode right there.
But several hikers witnessed a huge creature with leathery wings spanning 50 feet fly out of the crevice of a crevice in the mountain. At first, an eyewitness described the creature as having a head similar to a pterodactyl. However, upon reconsideration, the witness claimed it to be more akin to a flying the flying fox bat. In June 2011, Phoenix Tiraz, it's a pseudonym. Somebody gave a anonymous account, kind of.
Okay.
Was walking his dog in the yard and went to pick up his dog when he saw something in the sky. And he said the following: I saw something flying in the sky. It had bat wings, blue fur, and had a face similar to eyes glowing red. It was about 9 feet tall at least. After I watched it and seen it, it flew away. Like, once it was acknowledged, it took off. In April 14th of 2014 at Archbishop Hoban High School in Akron, Ohio, a second period Spanish class spotted a giant black mass zip by a window of the classroom at a credible speed.
Good God.
The class claims it was about 9 feet tall, 20 to 30 feet wingspan. So in popular culture, it's featured in MetaZoo, in Cryptid Nation, and then it is also a beer produced by the Rogue Brewing Company in
Hell yeah. Bat Squatch.
Yeah.
I'd buy that beer.
I would too. But yeah, absolutely terrifying. There's a few pictures of them in there. But yeah, 9 foot tall, big ass bat with bird claws, talons, that has 50-foot wings.
Now, I have a goal at the end of this cryptid exploration to have like a big old free for all. Who would win in a fight? Bat Squatch has got to be number one so far. It's got to be number one so far.
I think he would fuck anything up.
So far, what we've come across is nothing. The Tommy Knocker's not knocking that thing out.
We do a debate on this one next.
What?
After? Set it up in March Madness.
That's what I was thinking. We could just do enough. Do enough cryptids to where we can do a March Madness.
Just rank our top 64. So that's the goal. All right, y'all. So this is us just explaining out, and then we'll have a season.
Yeah, I guess that is a little.
That would be long term. I like this. I like it.
That's that's fun. That's fun. I've never heard of someone say, "Who's gonna win in a fist fight? Bat Squatch
or fucking the Beast of Busco, a 500-pound snapping turtle?"
Come on. The Beast of Busco.
That's what it was, Busco. Yeah.
Busco.
So yeah, make sure you follow along on the playlist, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, join the conversation, tell us your favorite fucking cryptid. Join in, man. Make us feel like we're not just talking to each other, man. Love y'all. Peace. Till next time.